He funded Lin Muyao for 7 years and honestly loved him just as long.
He finally agreed to date him, but our guy learned the truth too late. Lin Muyao actually loved his childhood friend and secretly hated him the entire time. Humiliation. He felt Gu Chen used wealth to control him for 10 years. He treated our lead like absolute trash before moving out with his friend. Gu Chen was left alone to die of a broken heart. But here is the crazy twist: regression. The ungrateful childhood friend steps in, screaming if he thinks having money makes him better. They do not want it. Gu Chen just smiles. They're totally overthinking this. He would literally burn this cash first. The friend snaps. Gu Chen, you just have some money. Do you think you are so special because you are rich? We do not care. Staring at Lu Mingyi acting like a hero, Gu Chen feels completely dazed. Meeting Lin Muyao's cold gaze, he cannot help but take a step back. How long has it been since he saw him look this young? 10 years or 20? It is too long to remember. Seeing him step back, Lin Muyao flinches in surprise. Lu Mingyi keeps rambling on, but our lead has already tuned out the noise. It was exactly like this before. The guy refused help, but Gu Chen insisted on funding him. He loved Lin Muyao for 7 years, knowing his family was desperately poor. His father was a heavy gambler who spent every cent drinking himself stupid. He would beat them constantly until his mother finally broke and drowned herself, leaving young Lin Muyao to collect trash and take odd jobs to survive. He relied on student aid while Gu Chen grew up incredibly wealthy. They were from completely different worlds, but his grades were always stellar. During high school, their elite private academy wanted to boost graduation rates. So they offered him a full scholarship, bringing them to the same school. Back then, Gu Chen's rich friends did not care about studying at all. Just slacking off and waiting to get some easy degree overseas. They were all set to inherit family empires, but Lin Muyao was different. He had clear goals, studied hard in every class, rushed to work right after school, no complaints. Yet he was never once ashamed of being poor. Total dignity. He was just built different. Who wouldn't fall for him? He hated seeing him struggle, but he was too young and clueless. Always forcing all the finest things in life onto him. Since Lin Muyao worked nights and skipped breakfast constantly, Gu Chen brought luxury lunches from home, calling out his name, telling him to try this custom chef-made Wagyu and some air-shipped foie gras. Pure devotion. He just wanted to give this ungrateful boy the absolute best, without ever asking what he wanted, while their classmates started mocking them, laughing that a poor kid eating cheap chicken liver could never appreciate luxury food. Our lead snapped at them, but completely missed the warning signs. Lin Muyao was squeezing the lunchbox until his knuckles turned pale. Silence. He paused, then pushed the box right back,
saying coldly, thanks for the offer, but he does not need it.
Some girls start teasing Lin Muyao, saying if he just hooks up with Gu Chen, basically he can secure the bag and retire. Plus, his gambling dad can play all day without stealing his college tuition anymore. Everyone bursts out laughing, but Gu Chen slams the table and yells for them to shut up. The room goes dead silent, but Muyao just stands up and walks out. Gu Chen runs after him, trying to hand him a lunchbox, telling him to ignore their trash talk. He needs to eat now because he has got that night shift coming up. Gu Chen warns his body can't take it, but Muyao stops and turns around, leaving Gu Chen frozen. His eyes are filled with pure hatred and disgust, but hey, teenagers have notoriously short memories. Gu Chen soon forgets and keeps chasing. He even starts studying like crazy to get into the exact same university. His dad is so thrilled he literally doubles his allowance. In college, Muyao's financial aid gets rejected. Worse, classmates with connections steal his poverty subsidy spot. Absolute villains. He lives on one steamed bun daily. Gu Chen cannot watch this and begs to fund him. But Muyao refuses, working 3 grueling jobs instead. He faints on the street from exhaustion, forcing Gu Chen to step in and grab him. Gu Chen demands to know why he refuses the money and what he is killing himself for. Next, he goes straight to Muyao's advisor and secretly forces through his tuition payment. By then, Gu Chen was maturing a bit, learning to protect the poor guy's pride. He always drags Muyao to meals, pretending he ordered too much and needs help finishing it. For outings, he lies about winning free tickets. Just to get him along. Slowly, they grow closer. And Gu Chen funds him until graduation. He even funds Muyao's childhood friend just to see him smile. Lu Mingyi. Next, Muyao starts a business. Muyao was always a straight-A student, and back in college, he had big plans. He and his friends developed a stock trading software, but they keep hitting dead ends. With zero funding, Muyao gets incredibly depressed. So he asks his dad to invest, but that night, Muyao is completely silent. Cuddling in bed, Muyao suddenly speaks up. He asks why Gu Chen is doing all this. Honestly, the miscommunication here is crazy. Gu Chen playfully says it is because he likes him. Do you like me? Holding his hand, Gu Chen jokes that since he has been so good to him, he owes him. If Muyao does not date him now, it is a total lack of conscience. But Muyao stays silent. Taking the silence as a yes, they officially get together. Talk about red flags, right? 2 years later, they get married, though the ceremony is incredibly rushed and simple. They keep it tiny. Only a few close friends and relatives are invited, and they are all Gu Chen's guests. Muyao stands completely alone on his side, and after marriage, he remains freezing cold. Gu Chen was incredibly naive. He figured if he just kept giving his all, Muyao would eventually love him back. Gu Chen thought he could melt even a heart of stone, but this guy was genuinely unmeltable. But the heart of his husband belonged to someone else from day one. 3 years in, everything fell apart. Gu Chen could no longer endure the cold treatment, confronting Lin Muyao about his childhood friend. But the man just stared back coldly, slamming the door and leaving. This silent treatment drove Gu Chen completely insane. The fights escalated. In a fit of rage, Gu Chen yelled that racing a dog would have been better. Lin Muyao flashed a look of anger for a second, then froze.
After that day, he never came back home.
It turns out he was already living a secret life with his childhood friend. They even had a child together, living happily while Gu Chen rotted in an empty house. All his love curdled into poison. Soon, Lin Muyao became wildly successful, even wealthier than the father of Gu Chen. Revenge was all he had left. Gu Chen literally staked his entire life on refusing to sign the divorce papers. Lin Muyao ruined his life, so he would never let the man be happy. Gu Chen vowed to make him pay. His rival would forever stay hidden. And their child would always be a nameless bastard in the gutter. Lin Muyao did not dare sue, fearing a massive drop in company stock prices. The board of directors would never allow it. They dragged this out for 10 miserable years. No matter how much Gu Chen begged, Lin Muyao never softened. He never once returned, leaving Gu Chen to waste away in despair. He fell ill and died a miserable death. Gu Chen suddenly snapped back to reality, glaring at Lin Muyao standing right beside him. Bone-deep hatred erupted. His heart hammered so violently it felt like it would explode right there. After his tragic death in that past life, his trash husband probably got exactly what he wanted. Maybe treating him like garbage was just a sick way to kill him. He remembered his medicine being suddenly swapped. The butler claimed it was just a milder prescription, so he did not suspect anything. His health took a sudden, massive nosedive. Soon, he could not even sit up, breathing his last shortly after. It had to be him. Lin Muyao wanted him dead immediately, also he could marry Lu Mingyi. How incredibly wicked. Gu Chen barely held back the overwhelming urge to leap forward and kill him. The resentment was suffocating. Aside from failing to protect the fragile ego of Lin Muyao, he had done nothing wrong. He never even forced him into marriage, even asking beforehand if he was genuinely willing. He told him he could wait, yet Lin Muyao still hated him. Suddenly, Lu Mingyi started barking at him just like before, asking if Gu Chen thought money made him special. He yelled at Gu Chen to take his filthy cash and get lost.
Gu Chen looks over at Lu Mingyi, who honestly doesn't look half bad.
Except he's wearing this worn-out tracksuit that just screams cheap. He is staring intensely at Gu Chen, and yep, this is the exact guy Lin Muyao is obsessed with. She literally killed Gu Chen in their past life just to be with him. Absolutely insane. At first, Gu Chen was just trying to have a civilized chat, telling her that if she felt awkward, She could always pay back the tuition once she graduated, treating it as a simple loan.
But Lu Mingyi suddenly snaps, accusing Gu Chen of flashing his cash to humiliate Lin Muyao.
It was only during a later fight with Lin Muyao that Gu Chen finally realized what was actually going on.
This clown literally thought Gu Chen was flexing his wealth just to look down on them.
Honestly, it is so laughable seeing Lu Mingyi act like some protective white knight.
Gu Chen just smirks and says, "You're dreaming. I'd rather burn this money than fund you two."
Lin Muyao's face drops instantly, while Lu Mingyi stands there completely frozen, stammering, "Wait, what did you say?"
Gu Chen just smiles. "Didn't you say my funding was an insult to your pride?"
Since we're classmates, how could I possibly disrespect you guys like that? So forget about the money. Go back to working your part-time jobs.
Now, Lu Mingyi's family is just as broke as Lin Muyao's, with a deadbeat dad who fled from debt.
His sick mother worked herself to the bone for his tuition and is now bedridden.
Since they both came from nothing, he and Lin Muyao have always been super close.
He was always hovering around her, always looking for a way in.
Whenever Gu Chen and Lin Muyao went on dates, this guy would beg to tag along. If Gu Chen ever hesitated, Lu Mingyi would call him out right in front of Lin Muyao.
He'd ask, "Gu Chen, are you avoiding me just because I'm poor?" And before our MC could even answer,
Lin Muyao would hold him back and snap. "Chen, if you think we are not worthy, then let's not go." Gu Chen had no choice but to let him tag along every single time. During dinner, he'd stare at the lobster on the plate with pure envy. He'd sigh, "Do you eat like this every day? Guess we really live in different worlds." There were so many times Gu Chen and Lin Muyao were actually having a great conversation. But then he would throw out one of his guilt trips, instantly killing her smile. She'd stop talking to Gu Chen completely. At first, our MC thought it was just harmless insecurity. But everything changed one day while Gu Chen was walking with Lin Muyao. He turned around to say something to Lu Mingyi, only to catch his expression. Lu Mingyi's face was completely blank, but his eyes were filled with absolute malice and jealousy.
When he realized Gu Chen had caught him, he panicked for a split second.
He quickly forced a fake smile, but a cold shiver ran right down Gu Chen's spine. That was the exact moment Gu Chen realized this guy didn't just dislike him, he absolutely hated him. Honestly, he despised him. But back when Gu Chen and Lin Muyao first tied the knot, things were different. They actually had a brief, peaceful honeymoon phase where her business was starting to take off. After landing her very first major contract, she threw a massive celebration party. Gu Chen remembers her getting pretty drunk, wrapping her arms around him and whispering, "Hubby."
"What do you want? Your wife is going to spoil you and buy you whatever you desire."
Knowing how hard she worked to earn that money, he just held her close and smiled. He told her to save it since her company was just starting out and needed funding. Just knowing she cared was enough for him, but she absolutely refused to take no for an answer. She clung to his neck, whining, "My money is meant to be spent on my handsome husband. Let me buy you a car. Tell me, what's your absolute dream ride?" Even as she drifted off to sleep, she kept mumbling Gu Chen's name.
She told him that she finally had money and didn't need him to accommodate her anymore.
Or suffer with her. And true to her word, she bought him a car the very next day.
But before he could even say thank you, her toxic childhood friend Lu Mingyi tagged along. Lu Mingyi stared at the keys in Gu Chen's hand with this incredibly weird look. Then he snatched the keys away, fake smiling at Lin Muyao like the ultimate leech. He loudly mentioned how he remembered Gu Chen having this exact cheap car back in college, mocking how some friend gave it to him because it was too trashy to drive. Gu Chen had honestly forgotten if that even happened, but get this. Lin Muyao's face immediately turned sour, and she grabbed the keys back. She walked off cold as ice, and from that day on, she ignored him completely. And guess what? The next time he saw that car, Lu Mingyi was the one driving it. With a smug grin, the leech pretended to act casual around Gu Chen. He mentioned Lin Muyao gave him the car, asking if Gu Chen would be angry. Gu Chen obviously refused to take it back, which made Lu Mingyi look incredibly bitter. He screamed, asking why Gu Chen had to steal this one car when he already had so many, crying that Gu Chen has everything while he only has this single ride. Lin Muyao stepped in, coldly shoving Gu Chen away and telling him to drop it. She asked him why he always had to fight over everything, accusing him of being greedy.
RMC was way too proud back then to take that kind of absolute disrespect.
So they had a massive blowout fight and completely ruined their relationship. It was only later that Gu Chen realized they weren't even talking about the car. That parasite Lu Mingyi was talking about Lin Muyao, convinced Gu Chen stole her from him. Which is exactly why he hated him. But suddenly, Gu Chen snapped back to the present. Out of nowhere, Lin Muyao panicked and grabbed his arm, begging him to wait. Gu Chen was completely stunned, looking at the pure terror in her eyes. It looked like there was a dark secret she was desperately trying to hold back. Her voice was literally shaking as she muttered that things weren't supposed to be like this.
She screamed out, asking why Gu Chen wasn't sponsoring her anymore when he loved her so much.
Honestly, our MC was completely weirded out by her sudden psychotic break. Like, is she insane? Or just mad he was being rude to her precious Lu Mingyi? Because in his past life, she was always incredibly cold and distant to him at this point. She never smiled back then. Has she completely lost it now? When Gu Chen tried to shake her off, she gripped his arm even tighter. Her eyes literally welled up with tears as she whimpered, asking if he stopped loving her, begging him not to abandon her, which absolutely freaked our guy out. Lin Muyao had never acted like this before. Gu Chen stared in absolute shock. He asked her if she had literally lost her mind, but she just stayed silent. She just stared straight into his eyes, looking completely unhinged and desperate. And that officially set off his temper. After how she treated him in his past life, she had some nerve. He mocked her, asking if she still thought his financial support was some kind of insult, or if she just wanted to leech off him while acting superior. Lu Mingyi gasped in shock. The dude clearly never expected Gu Chen to talk back to his precious goddess like this. Which makes sense because in their past life, Gu Chen was a total simp at this point. Always walking on eggshells, terrified of hurting her precious pride. But now, he doesn't give a damn. Who does this guy think he is? Gu Chen straight up calls him a heartless, ungrateful dog. Pure betrayal. Absolutely crazy. How did he ever fall for someone this toxic? Surprisingly, Lin Muyao doesn't even get mad. Color drains from her face, ghost pale. Gu Chen slaps her hand away, walking off without looking back. The card he gave her had a whopping 200,000 yuan on it, easily covering her entire college tuition. So he goes shopping instead. Ungrateful ex? No way. A luxury watch is a way better investment. At least a watch actually tells him the time. In his past life, besides one single car, she never gave him anything. Not for his birthday. Not even for holidays. And while he carefully handpicked gifts for her, she never even cared to remember. She just did not care. Meanwhile, that leech Lu Mingyi acted like a wealthy prince. He was literally spending all of Lin Muyao's money, blowing hundreds of thousands on fancy cars and designer clothes. Every single time he bought something new, he just had to flaunt it. He would brag about her Paris gifts, asking what Gu Chen ever got. Then he would smirk. Back then, Gu Chen would always fall for it and start a massive fight, wrecking things completely. He was already filthy rich. Why did he ever beg for her cheap trash? Since he can buy whatever he wants, he takes that money. Adding another $100,000, he buys a gorgeous Vacheron Constantine watch. On his way back, he runs right into Lu Mingyi and Lin Muyao. Small world. The second Lu Mingyi spots the insane timepiece on Gu Chen's wrist, his face completely drops. He cannot even hide his burning jealousy. Right now, Lin Muyao is still dirt poor. And Lu Mingyi is a total broke scrub himself, wearing cheap, low-grade sweatpants with completely frayed edges. Even though he clearly tried to trim the loose threads and iron them flat. One glance shows they are cheap street trash. Then he remarks that Gu Chen must be rich. Staring hard at Gu Chen's wrist, fist clenched, he asks if that watch is expensive. Saying one watch is worth years of their tuition before leaning close to Lin Muyao. He whispers that they really do not belong to the same world. What a manipulative loser. Back then, Gu Chen would desperately try to defend himself, but he was too tongue-tied. The more he tried to explain, the madder Lin Muyao got. But now, he does not give a single damn. He just smiles, calling him out for being both poor and incredibly dumb.
Did he just figure that out? Gu Chen lives in a massive 500-square-meter villa.
While Lu Mingyi lives in a 30-square-meter rundown shack. Definitely different worlds.
Lu Mingyi's face turns green, his features twisting with pure rage. This is so satisfying.
Gu Chen steps right up to him, whispering his name slow and steady.
Telling him he will never be on his level. He can just choke on his jealousy. Lu Mingyi immediately tries to play the victim card, whining to Lin Muyao. Gu Chen just laughs in his face, asking what else he can do besides leeching off women his entire life. Calling him a sewer rat and telling him not to bother crying to Lin Muyao. Because those two are exactly the same. Both are utterly disgusting. He happily heads home. Revenge is definitely on his mind, remembering how they drugged him. But here is the catch. In this timeline, that incident has not actually happened yet. He has zero proof, and he sure as hell is not wasting his life over trash. In his past life, Gu Chen suffered so much that his entire life was completely ruined. In this new life, he wants absolutely nothing to do with this toxic couple, no matter what. Whether they thrive or suffer is none of his business. He just wants a fresh start. But even though he tries to keep his distance, these two keep clinging to him like ghosts. Just a few days later, a friend seeks him out with some juicy gossip. The friend gloats, pointing out that since Gu Chen stopped funding Lin Muyao and Lu Mingyi, those two are in absolute shambles now and cannot even afford their tuition. Apparently, Lin Muyao is working endless part-time jobs, while Lu Mingyi tried buying new pants the other day. They were only 80 yuan, but even scanning every app and card, he was still short. He actually had to sell the iPhone Gu Chen previously bought them just to scrape by. It takes Gu Chen a moment to recall how things went down in his past life. Back then, seeing Lin Muyao's ancient phone, he bought her the latest iPhone 14 Pro Max. But the very next day, that exact phone was already in Lu Mingyi's hands. Gu Chen just looks down and scoffs. Wow, they really are pathetically broke. Before he can even take another step, Lu Mingyi suddenly blocks his path. Looking furious, he grabs Gu Chen and demands to know why he stopped sponsoring Lin Muyao. He barks that her GPA is ranked first and asks if Gu Chen can take responsibility if she drops out. Gu Chen is completely stunned by this guy's pure audacity. Honestly, you cannot make this level of delusion up. Gu Chen is literally laughing out of anger. He finally sees these leeches for what they really are, begging for handouts. Yet too proud to show any actual gratitude, biting the very hand that feeds them. They are shameless to the absolute extreme, acting like they are entitled to his wealth. Her being top of the class has nothing to do with him. He is not her father. How can you say that? Lu Mingyi gasps as other classmates start crowding around them. Seeing an audience, Lu Mingyi plays the victim, pointing at Gu Chen like he is some evil bully. He yells that just one of Gu Chen's watches could cover their entire college tuition. Why is it so hard to help them out? Or is he just incredibly selfish? He accuses Gu Chen of wasting money instead of giving it to people who actually need it. Lu Mingyi probably thinks everyone is as brainwashed and easy to manipulate as Lin Muyao. Before Gu Chen can even reply, his hot-tempered friend steps in. This guy comes from a wealthy family too, but his fuse is way shorter. He scoffs and unleashes a verbal beatdown straight to Lu Mingyi's face. He asks which mental asylum forgot to lock their doors and let this idiot out. If you want cash, go beg on the streets, or better yet, sell your body. Sure, you are ugly, but 80 yuan a night might get you a customer. Do that 100 times and there is your tuition. You have got all your organs. Why beg with that shameless face? Nobody here is your father. Lu Mingyi is used to manipulation, not getting absolutely destroyed in public like this. This direct roast leaves him completely speechless and frozen in shock. The crowd starts chiming in too. If he is broke, he should apply for financial aid. Demanding money with that garbage attitude is just pure shamelessness. People like him deserve to be broke, they whisper, making Lu Mingyi stumble back. He looks around in pure disbelief while Gu Chen just smirks. Since he always treats his classmates to meals, they naturally side with him. Looking back, without Lin Muyao, Lu Mingyi is absolutely nothing. Honestly, Lu Mingyi is a joke who couldn't beat Gu Chen in anything. Back then, Gu Chen's entire world literally revolved around Lin Muyao.
Otherwise, a total loser like Lu Mingyi wouldn't even be in his league.
Suddenly, Lin Muyao shows up, and Lu Mingyi immediately rushes over to play the victim. He whiningly claims he only asked Gu Chen for a little sponsorship because he's rich. But Gu Chen refused, and now the guy pretends he has no idea what he did.
He complains that Gu Chen insulted him badly, instantly switching to a pathetic, sad face. He whispers that he knows Gu Chen looks down on him, but he did it all for Muyao.
Gu Chen is utterly disgusted. Honestly, watching this hypocrite act is just sickening. Seriously, Lu Mingyi is like a toad on your shoe. He doesn't bite, but he's incredibly gross. And the worst part, he's like a persistent ghost that you just can't shake off.
Lin Muyao frowns, slightly confused, and asks if Gu Chen actually insulted him?
Gu Chen just sneers. Classic. She always reacts exactly like this.
The second Lu Mingyi acts weak, she blindly turns around to scold Gu Chen.
In his past life, he would have argued back furiously, only to cry alone later.
But not this time. He looks straight at Lin Muyao, completely unfazed.
He calmly admits it. Yeah, Lu Mingyi is right. He absolutely insulted him. But wait, here's a massive plot twist. Lin Muyao doesn't even get angry. She actually lowers her head, her voice turning incredibly soft.
She almost sounds like she's pleading, saying Lu Mingyi must have done something wrong.
To upset Gu Chen. Then she coldly whips her head toward Lu Mingyi.
She tells him flatly that Gu Chen is never unreasonable, so he needs to apologize.
Gu Chen is completely dumbfounded, and honestly, he probably thinks he is still dreaming.
Lu Mingyi is completely frozen in shock, staring at her in absolute disbelief.
He asks what she said, but her expression only gets colder. Apologize now, she demands.
Lu Mingyi is absolutely shocked and furious, while Gu Chen is sitting there completely lost.
Like, Lin Muyao actually forced her absolute favorite golden boy to apologize to Gu Chen? Did she lose her mind? A sudden wild thought flashes through Gu Chen's head. Could she have reincarnated too? But he quickly shakes that impossible idea right off. Absolutely impossible. In their past life, she hated his guts.
She literally poisoned and killed him. If she really did reincarnate,
she would be running as far away from him as possible. This has to be some sick scheme. So Gu Chen takes a step back, looking at her with pure suspicion.
Lin Muyao looks deeply hurt by his cold stare, softly calling out his name in pain.
She begs him to forgive her, admitting she was wrong all along.
She even asks if they can be together since he used to love her.
She promises to make up for everything, getting more and more emotional by the second.
By the end, she is staring intently at him like he is some precious lost treasure. Her voice is actually cracking. Honestly, the whole situation is just absurd. Gu Chen clenches his fists. In his past life, he literally died chasing her.
Just to hear those exact words from her, but it is way too late.
He died without ever hearing her say she loved him, but now that he treats her like trash?
She suddenly confesses. What does that make all of his past sacrifices even for? Gu Chen lets out a cold, sarcastic laugh, utterly disgusted by her offer. He tells her straight up, Lin Muyao, you are absolutely nothing, and don't deserve me. Our boy Gu Chen literally tells her that one of his outfits is worth 3 years of her salary. Talk about a reality check. Like, why does she suddenly want to be with him now? Didn't she claim his wealth was just humiliating her? So he decides to show her what real humiliation feels like, and right on cue, Lin Muyao's face goes completely pale. She gets super desperate, begging him and saying she has no money right now, but asking if he can please just wait for her. She promises she will make money in the future, and honestly, she isn't actually wrong about that part. In the original timeline, she does end up rich, but now, our boy Gu Chen literally couldn't care less. The pure rage inside him is practically boiling over as he stares down at Lin Muyao with absolute disgust. Brutal. Even if every other woman on Earth died, he would never be with her. After he walks away, Lin Muyao just stands there, completely devastated, staring blankly after him. She looks utterly pathetic, with her shoulders slumped and all her confidence entirely crushed. She stands there like her soul was ripped out. Honestly, we love to see it. Gu Chen only feels absolute coldness. He has no idea what game Lin Muyao is playing, whether she finally woke up or just lost her mind.
Too bad. The loyal, devoted simp who loved her with everything he had?
He died in his previous life. That version of him is never coming back.
Without his financial backing, Lin Muyao and Lu Mingyi are living a life way worse than the first timeline.
Instant karma. Lin Muyao can't even sell her software program in this life.
Her startup completely flops, and word on the street is they are so broke they might actually have to sell blood. But honestly, that is none of his business. The next morning, his phone suddenly starts buzzing. He picks up his phone. Let's see. The caller ID shows Xianxian, one of his actual, genuine friends from his rich kid past. He freezes up for a second because to him, it has literally been over a decade.
He hasn't seen that name in 12 years, back when he was totally obsessed with Lin Muyao.
She hated him having female friends or hanging out with his wealthy childhood circle. So he slowly cut ties with almost everyone who actually cared about him.
His family and Xianxian's family were close for generations, and they grew up together.
Back in college, she was actually the one who gifted him that sports car for his birthday. He just remembered she claimed she closed a massive deal and got a huge bonus from her dad, just so she could buy it for him, telling him to take good care of it.
But back then, his brain was so rotted by Lin Muyao that he didn't pay attention to any other woman.
He had left that car gathering dust at home. Now he finally answers the call. Her excited voice blasts through. "Gu Chen, I heard you finally tore that toxic woman Lin Muyao a new one." Before he can even reply, she hypes him up, saying she deserved it and it was long overdue. She was always using him for free meals while acting high and mighty, but his friends never dared to speak up. Finally clean. He just smiles and asks what is up.
She tells him they are partying at their usual spot tonight, and he better be there by 8.
After hanging up, he sits there reflecting on how much he had given up.
Their usual spot is the bar, where their childhood crew used to hang out all the time.
But once he started simping for Lin Muyao, he stopped going out entirely. He used to be a wild, arrogant rich kid, but he completely defanged himself just to make her happy.
He stopped visiting high-end malls and started shopping at cheap street markets for the first time.
He threw away his luxury clothes and carefully picked out cheap outfits worth only a few dollars. All of that just so Lin Muyao wouldn't scowl at him when they stood side by side.
He stopped going to his favorite high-end restaurants, and when they did go out to eat,
they would only eat cheap local street food. He basically reduced himself to nothing in that relationship, just hoping she would like him a bit more. Man, he literally gave her his entire soul back then. That night at the bar, Xianxian was in the absolute best mood. She kept pouring drinks, and he didn't refuse, just soaking in some long overdue peace. His friends are actually wholesome as hell, especially Xianxian, who was the realest when he got married.
She literally told him that if he ever faced any unfair treatment, he should come to her. She promised to handle Lin Muyao and Lu Mingyi for him, and she actually did confront her later.
Back then, Lin Muyao had just gotten pregnant, and Gu Chen was honestly over the moon.
He genuinely thought a baby would win her back, desperately waiting for that little life to arrive.
But plot twist, he later found out that the kid was not even his. He completely lost it, smashing everything in the house and having a toxic fight with her. But Lu Mingyi took it further, deliberately calling him at 3 a.m. just to mock him, force-feeding him the sounds of their disgusting intimacy. Honestly, the villain energy here is insane. Gu Chen's stomach turned so hard he ended up hugging the toilet, throwing up endlessly. He vomited pure bile and stomach acid, left shivering cold on the bathroom floor. Shivering uncontrollably, he looked up. The man in the mirror was deathly pale. Nothing but bloodshot, lifeless eyes and a face completely ruined by tears. When Xianxian found out, she marched straight over and slapped Lin Muyao. If Gu Chen hadn't pulled her back, she would have ripped Lin Muyao's hair clean out. Even as he held her back, her eyes were red with rage. She screamed at Lin Muyao, "You absolute trash! Is your conscience completely dead? Gu Chen treated you like a queen. How could you stab him in the back like this?"
Lin Muyao did not even fight back, just letting the blood trickle down her mouth. Back in the present, Xianxian nudges him out of his thoughts. "Drink up!" Gu Chen clinks his glass and downs it. A few rounds later, they are buzzed.
Xianxian is blushing hard now, leaning in close with her face completely red. She whispers, "Are you really over Lin Muyao for good?" He just looks at her. Her eyes immediately dart away, and even her ears turn a cute shade of pink.
He finds it pretty endearing. He always knew Xianxian had feelings for him.
But in his past life, he was so blinded by Lin Muyao that he actually cut ties with her.
Yet whenever Lin Muyao treated him like trash, she was always the first to back him up. Honestly, if he is getting married in this life, he wants a partner exactly like her. He finally gets it now. Sometimes love alone can't fix everything. He and Lin Muyao came from completely different worlds with different values. They just weren't a match, unmatched from the start.
Growing up in her toxic household, she had built up walls and thorns very early on. Insecure, sharp, and cold. Meanwhile, Gu Chen was pampered by his family since childhood. His loving home gave him the confidence to give up everything just to love someone. But that naive mindset was his downfall. He thought love alone could conquer anything. Little did he know, someone as cold as Lin Muyao could never be melted by sincerity.
He nods and admits, "Yeah, I was completely blind back then." Xianxian blushes, leaning in to whisper, "Then what about me?" But before she can finish,
someone suddenly yanks his arm. Startled, Gu Chen whips around. And there she is, Lin Muyao, looking absolutely furious with her eyes cast down. Her body is tense as hell, trying to sound calm. But she is clearly holding back a storm, telling him to come with her. To avoid a scene in front of his friends, he goes, but immediately shakes her off. "Are you crazy, Lin Muyao? What is this sudden madness?" She stays completely silent, staring at him intensely. Ever since they regressed, her attitude had been surprisingly gentle, almost too gentle. Almost like she was begging. Now her eyes are turning red. Barely holding her face together, she asks in a raspy voice, "What did you just say?"
He is stunned. Then he grits his teeth. "I do not like you anymore."
"I was blind." Lin Muyao just lets out a bizarre laugh. Then, boom, she grabs his collar, forcing him to meet her gaze. Her voice is freezing cold, sharp as shattered ice. "Say that again." "Gu Chen, you said you loved me. You swore you would never leave. Was all of that just a giant lie?" She looks unhinged, but Gu Chen freezes. He never said any of those romantic things in this current life. Those were things he said before their marriage, in his past life. How does she know? Lin Muyao quickly realizes her massive slip-up. Talk about an insane plot twist. He whispers quietly, "You came back too, did you not?" She stays completely silent. Dead leaves scrape across the concrete, adding to the desolate, freezing vibe. An occasional car speeds past, headlights flashing, before disappearing back into the pitch-black darkness. Lin Muyao. He forces a bitter, painful smile. She really is a returner, too. After treating him like absolute trash in their past life, how does she have the nerve? In his past life, he meant every word of those promises and did everything. A tragic death. Now he just wants to live peacefully. Yet here she is, ripping his old wounds wide open. He can never escape that tragic past. Panicking, Lin Muyao stammers, "Gu Chen? Please, let me explain everything. I finally understand now. I was so incredibly stupid back then. I never realized that I had already fallen completely and deeply in love with you long ago. I will make it up to you, okay?" Slap. Her head snaps to the side. In his past life, even when she cheated on him openly, he never touched a single hair on her head. He does not regret this slap, and honestly, she totally deserved it. How dare you? Seriously, how does she have the audacity after hurting him? To casually say she loves him now? That slap poured out every ounce of his built-up hatred with full strength. Blood drips from her mouth, but she just casually wipes it away. Is that enough? If you still hate me... She suddenly grabs his hand and presses it against her swollen cheek. "Go ahead and slap me again," she tries to sound tough. But her eyes turn red, tears streaming down. He is shocked. Lin Muyao had never cried in front of him. Even during her darkest moments, when her father gambled away her entire college tuition
And brutally beat her, she still showed up to school covered in bruises.
She never cried, working until she collapsed.
Back then, she did not even cry. He actually thought she was heartless.
No shot she is crying in front of him now.
Lin Muyao's tears wash away the blood on her lips. She looks completely broken right here.
Bowing low, she begs him, please, Gu Chen, come back.
Hate me if you want, or even kill me, she says.
Just do not leave me. It is driving me completely insane.
Like, is she serious? He snaps. Lin Muyao, what is wrong with you?
She looks down and trembles. I was just too insecure.
My walls were up and I thought everyone wanted to hurt me. You were so perfect, but we belong to completely different worlds. I was too scared to love you or believe you genuinely loved me. I feared that if I got happy, you would eventually say I was not enough. That you were just playing.
Gu Chen, I was so stupid.
I deserve this. Hit me, scream at me, but please come back.
She cries hysterically, venting all her bottled-up pain.
You do not know how I survived after you left.
Hearing this, Gu Chen lets out a cold, bitter laugh.
Lin Muyao, did you not love Lu Mingyi? You literally poisoned me in our past life.
Was it not for Lu Mingyi? She freezes. What do you mean, poison?
Still acting? He tightly grips the street railing. Or he might slap her. She gasps, my medicine was swapped.
It was working at first, but then his health got worse.
He bites his tongue, feeling a wave of pure bitterness. The woman he loved killed him for someone else. Just thinking it hurts. It is low-key heartbreaking. She desperately screams, I never did that. I never poisoned you. I even told the butler to care for you.
How could I ever kill you? The two of them lock eyes.
Neither is lying. If it was not her, then who? Only one other person had access and wanted Gu Chen dead. It had to be Lu Mingyi. This changes everything. He was the killer. He feels totally conflicted, but it is not hard to believe. Since he died anyway, does the killer even matter now? Even if she did not do it, Lu Mingyi did it for her. She is still responsible. Gu Chen just feels completely done. Exhaustion takes over his entire body. Love or hate, it does not matter. He is just exhausted. This life, he wants to stay far away. Just live in peace. Suddenly, an autumn storm hits, drenching the streets. Lin Muyao stands there looking totally miserable, rain and tears mixing on her face. She begs him again, but he asks coldly, what about Lu Mingyi? You even had a kid with him back then. She completely freezes up. Finally, she whispers that he got her drunk. They only slept together once. He just smirks mockingly without saying a word. She lowers her head further. She swears she only ever loved him and never cared about Lucius. Mingyi. But right then, a dark shadow steps out from the street. And a cold voice rings out. Then what am I to you? Lu Mingyi steps out of the shadows, still wearing that same old tracksuit. It is soaked by the rain, clinging to him, while Lin Muyao stands there completely expressionless. But madness flickers in his eyes as he spits, you love him. Then what am I? Did all those years of me staying by your side mean absolutely nothing? Lin Muyao tightly clenches his fists, staring back with eyes completely stripped of gentleness. This is actually crazy. Gu Chen realizes this Lu Mingyi didn't regress like they did. Since he hasn't poisoned Gu Chen in this timeline, there's no way to retaliate. Lin Muyao stays silent, making Lu Mingyi freeze in utter shock. You actually hate me? If you hadn't constantly driven a wedge between Gu Chen and me, we never would have ended up like this, his voice freezing cold. Lin Muyao just laughs. Dropping his act, Lin Muyao snaps. If you weren't so deeply insecure and arrogant, how could my words have ever worked? It was your own dark, twisted mind all along. You wanted Gu Chen but were too afraid, so you used me just to make him jealous. You tried to prove his love over and over to satisfy your sick, twisted, and warped ego. And now you blame me? Lin Muyao digs his nails deep into his palms.
Lu Mingyi just tilts his head completely and utterly puzzled as he stares blankly at Gu Chen.
As if asking a completely trivial question, he mutters, "You clearly have everything."
Why did you still have to steal Lin Muyao from me? He doesn't even wait for an answer.
Talking to himself, he mutters, "You have a great family and everyone adores you."
They hand you whatever you want on a silver platter without you even having to ask.
Since so many people love you, why did you have to take my only person?
Lu Mingyi's voice trembles through clenched teeth as he cries out, "I only have him!"
Why did you have to steal the only one I had when you have so much? Gu Chen replies calmly, "Lin Muyao is a human being, and his choices are his own.
I cannot force him, and besides, I have never actually won anyway. Honestly, in this entire twisted game of love, I'm the only one who ended up losing completely."
Is that so? Lu Mingyi walks closer, and only then does Gu Chen see it clearly.
He has had one hand hidden behind his back this entire time, sending a sudden wave of dread. Just as Gu Chen tries to step back, Lu Mingyi pulls out a sharp dagger.
Die! His face is twisted in madness.
As long as you die, Lin Muyao will finally be mine again, Gu Chen. Why do you get to be so happy? Damn it, he is too close. There is no room to dodge.
Gu Chen cannot dodge in time, his dilated pupils reflecting the villain's bloodshot eyes.
Right at that moment, a sudden force violently shoves Gu Chen completely out of the way.
No shot! He actually took the hit! Lu Mingyi completely freezes in absolute shock. His fingers gripping the dagger begin to tremble as he panics in absolute terror. Muyao! Gu Chen stumbles and turns around, shocked to see the knife buried deep in Lin Muyao's abdomen.
The seeping blood is washed into a pale pink by the rain, but he barely seems to feel it.
Smiling weakly, he says, "I'm glad you're okay." Then they reach the hospital. Lin Muyao has completely lost consciousness and is rushed straight into the intensive care unit for emergency surgery. The arriving police immediately arrest Lu Mingyi, and it is not until the third day that Lin Muyao finally wakes up and Gu Chen enters the hospital room to see him.
He feels a flood of words choking up his throat, yet cannot utter a single sentence.
Looking incredibly weak, his face is as pale as paper.
But he still forces a weak smile, asking, "Gu Chen, are you okay?"
Gu Chen is feeling incredibly conflicted at this point. He asks her why she even blocked that knife for him.
Lin Muyao casts her eyes down and whispers that she does not even know. She just could not stand to see him get hurt. See, Lu Mingyi actually aimed that blade straight for Gu Chen's heart, but fortunately, Lin Muyao got lucky. It missed her vital spots, so now Gu Chen asks her what she plans to do next.
That sudden question catches her off guard, but Lin Muyao immediately realizes exactly what he is getting at.
She just smiles bitterly and says they should do what needs to be done by telling the absolute truth. But remember, Lu Mingyi was literally her husband in her past life, the guy she had a whole child with.
Gu Chen sits on the adjacent bed, but she whispers, "But he killed you."
This leaves him completely silent. Lin Muyao starts coughing, her face twisting in pure pain from her wound.
In a raspy, weak voice, she chokes out, "Gu Chen, I truly know I was wrong." Her voice breaks and she starts sobbing, saying she made some absolutely terrible mistakes in the past.
Her lips are trembling uncontrollably as she begs, "If I can change, if I can fix this."
She begs him to take her back, but Gu Chen cuts her off immediately with a flat no.
He reminds her that he died because of her in their past life, so at best, they are just even now. Taking a hit for him does not magically erase all the trauma and damage she caused him before.
Her eyes go bloodshot and she clenches her teeth, trying to hold back the tears.
Fighting through her tears, she desperately cries out, "But Gu Chen?"
She asks if he remembers promising to love her forever, but Gu Chen just feels incredibly exhausted.
He gives her a hollow smile and tells her that love is not infinite. It runs out.
Honestly, she spent 10 whole years slowly draining his love? This is low-key heartbreaking.
Lin Muyao turns completely pale and looks utterly lost, begging him not to do this.
She claims he cannot treat her like this, since he was the one who fell in love first.
Before walking out the door, Gu Chen takes one final look back at Lin Muyao.
She looks incredibly thin and fragile, swallowed up by her oversized hospital gown. Physically, she is still that same girl he once adored, but her soul is completely worn out and ancient. Maybe they did love once, but the timing completely off. But now, Gu Chen gently whispers that he genuinely does not love her anymore before walking out of the ward.
Behind him, he can still hear her sobbing in total despair, asking what she's supposed to do now.
Why did she even get a second chance at life just to hear him say he does not care? She screams that she would rather have died in her past life. Gu Chen just lowers his head.
His eyes feel completely dry, no tears left.
That is because every single tear he had was already shed in his past life. He just walks away.
He leaves her painful cries behind. Silence finally takes over.
In the end, Lin Muyao does not cover for Lu Mingyi. He gets 7 years in prison for attempted murder.
Naturally, the school kicks him out too. To make matters worse, his mother cannot handle the devastation.
She ends up jumping to her death. Gu Chen skips the trial entirely, and honestly, the author absolutely cooked here.
He has finally figured out exactly why Lu Mingyi harbored so much deep hatred toward him. It was never really about winning over Lin Muyao. It was pure, unadulterated jealousy.
The villain was jealous that Gu Chen had everything, so he tried stealing Lin Muyao just to feel superior.
He wanted to prove he could beat him, but the moment he lost Lin Muyao for good, the dude completely loses his mind. Apparently, hearing about his mother's tragic passing pushed him over the edge. He is completely broken, completely out of his mind. He even curses out the judge during sentencing. And yeah, Gu Chen was the one who leaked that death news. He even has his dad pull some strings to ensure Lu Mingyi gets some very special treatment in prison. Gu Chen never forgot the drugging incident from his past life. This villain is finally paying his debts. 3 years later, Gu Chen and Xianxian are finally getting married, and both families are treating this wedding with absolute importance.
They throw a massive banquet, inviting literally every single high society big shot in the city.
The venue is incredibly grand, but right as the couple is about to step onto the stage, the secretary suddenly runs up to them holding a mysterious red envelope. There is nothing written on it, but the secretary says there is a card inside. He verified it. The card is real, but there is no name left on it. The sender did not even show up. What should they do now? Gu Chen and Xianxian lock eyes. Honestly, they both instantly know exactly who sent this. Gu Chen just chuckles. If someone is this desperate to give them free cash, why not take it? But right at that moment, Gu Chen's phone suddenly starts buzzing. It's a text message from a completely unknown number. There's only one sentence. If you ever stop loving her, come back.
I'll always be here waiting for you. Xianxian scoffs. Well, she can keep waiting, because she won't even get him in the next life.
Gu Chen deletes the message right in front of her, effortlessly blocking the number. He takes her hand with a gentle smile. Let's go. Everyone is waiting for us. Those dark, painful nights are finally over, and Gu Chen will never look back. Talk about an absolute boss move. And then, boom, we shift to Lin Muyao's perspective, and the moment she sees Gu Chen, she completely freezes. Standing right there is a 20-year-old Gu Chen, radiating pure, youthful energy. He looks nothing like the lifeless, broken man in her memories, and she literally cannot look away. She stares at him greedily. It feels like she hasn't seen Gu Chen in a lifetime. In her past life, when the butler told her that Gu Chen was dead, she refused to believe it, which is low-key heartbreaking. Not until she rushed back and saw his cold, lifeless body. It was so strange. In that exact moment, she felt absolutely nothing, as if the entire world around her just vanished. For a few agonizing seconds, she couldn't see or hear a single thing. Only when the servants frantically helped her up did she realize she had actually collapsed. She asked the butler with eerie calmness if Gu Chen had left any final words. The butler shook his head. He left nothing, not a single word for her. It made sense. Everything between them had already been said. Back when he loved her, he showered her with sweet words, but then they turned into bitter enemies, ripping open each other's deepest wounds, tearing themselves apart until nothing was left. He cursed her to die a horrible death while she spat that he was utterly worthless. What else was there to say? The good and the bad had both been completely exhausted. But right at that exact moment, a sharp, sudden pang hit her chest.
A dull, lingering ache began spreading through her heart, starting as a tiny, suffocating prickle. It wasn't overly sharp at first, but it quickly began clawing deep into her soul. Her heart felt completely crushed, the unbearable pain forcing her to her knees. She looked over at Gu Chen, who was just lying there on the bed, entirely motionless. He didn't react at all. If this had happened in the past, seeing her like this, even during their most toxic, explosive fights, he always would have rushed to her side.
He was always so foolishly devoted, but this time, he wouldn't even give her a single glance. And why would he? He was dead.
Completely gone, never to appear before her eyes ever again. Realizing this, she felt no tears. She felt detached, as if analyzing someone else's tragic story. Her body and mind belonged to a stranger now, numbing her physical self. But how could she ever heal her broken heart? She grumbles about him causing her so much trouble, especially with a big meeting scheduled for tomorrow. Now everything is delayed because she actually has to arrange his funeral. Suddenly, her throat tickles. She coughs. The butler looks absolutely terrified, stammering out, "Madam," as she slowly looks down. Only then does she notice the bright red splatters across her chest. Whose blood is that? Before she can even wonder, the burning itch in her throat becomes completely uncontrollable. She suddenly coughs up a huge mouthful of blood, sending the butler into a total panic.
He tries to drag her to the hospital, but she only has one thought left.
So that blood is actually hers. You see, after Gu Chen passed away, she did not cry, not even a single tear. She just calmly went home to pack. He barely left anything behind, which is wild because he used to love luxury. Now, the room is empty, with only a few cheap, off-brand clothes left.
Honestly, she thinks this is for the best. Their toxic cycle is finally over.
But then she opens the closet and finds it packed with bottles of medicinal oil. Years ago, back when she delivered food for a living, she got into a bad accident. Her leg was severely injured, making it ache terribly whenever the weather turned bad. Gu Chen had these custom-made just for her, though she used to tease him for buying so much. He would just massage her calves and smile, asking what she would do if they ran out. Sadly, after their marriage, she rarely came home, and when she did, they only fought. She barely touched the custom oil, leaving almost every single bottle completely full. Looking at them, she suddenly realizes they actually shared some beautiful moments.
She once thought the world of him, but endless fighting wore them down to nothing. Until they only felt bitterness. Suddenly, she feels a warm wetness on her face. She reaches up to touch her cheek, and the realization finally hits her.
Tears. She was already crying. And after Gu Chen passed away, she does not forget him like she expected. Instead, he haunts her dreams every single night. It is like a form of sweet torture. Back then, he would casually hand her a lunchbox, bragging about his nanny's custom Wagyu.
Funny how back then she only found his spoiled, arrogant attitude incredibly annoying.
But looking back now, she finally sees the truth. That straightforward, clumsy love of his was actually so sweet. Later on, she learned that Wagyu beef was his favorite food. He just wanted to share his favorite things.
He gave her his whole heart, completely unfiltered. But at that time, she felt entirely unworthy of such pure love, her teenage insecurities making her defensive.
She put up walls and pushed away anyone who tried to get close.
She hurt them all. After all, Gu Chen was rich and popular.
Completely out of her league, with countless people chasing after him. There was no way someone like him could love a nobody like her. She assumed it was just another cruel game rich kids play to mock others.
So she treated him terribly, hoping to push him away for good.
He was like a rare, beautiful creature that never belonged in her dark world. His bright presence completely disrupted her life, leaving her totally helpless.
Yet because he refused to give up, she kept testing him to prove his love.
Honestly, it is so heartbreaking. But after they married, things did improve slightly. That is, until Lu Mingyi kept reminding her of his true motives. He was right. They were never meant to be in the same world. The first time she made some money, she eagerly bought him a car. But it was just a cheap brand compared to what his rich admirers gifted him in college. Why did he even like her? Back then, she had no idea what she wanted.
She convinced herself she hated him, but she could not stop drawing closer.
She kept parading Lu Mingyi right in front of him just to see that hurt look on his face.
It was toxic, honestly, but she craved that proof that he still cared.
Later, the dreams got worse. She saw him lying cold on a hospital bed.
Staring at her with freezing eyes, he called out her name, Lin Muyao. He told her he did not love her anymore, making her wake up in a cold sweat. Night after night, the cycle repeated, leaving her completely wrecked. Terrified and desperate, she finally decided to go see a spiritual master.
She asked the monk if Gu Chen was still trapped by some lingering regret.
She even begged to perform a ritual to help his soul cross over. The master just stared at her for a long time before letting out a heavy sigh.
He put his hands together and told her gently that the one who could not let go was her.
Sitting on that mountain for hours, she finally realized she was the one holding on.
Talk about regret? She realized she loved him 3 whole years after he died. At this point, she was losing her mind, completely ignoring Lu Mingyi and their child. No matter how much he screamed and threw fits, she just looked at him with icy eyes. She told him straight up, he forced this child on her, so it was his problem. Now here is where it gets incredibly dark. On his birthday, she swallowed 2 bottles of pills. Just to be absolutely sure, she even slit her own wrists. The agonizing pain slowly faded into numbness, and a warm, gentle breeze brushed past her. Warm sunlight flooded her vision, and the sweet sound of birds chirping filled the air. Suddenly, a soft hand gently grabbed hers, making her turn her head. A 20-year-old Gu Chen was standing right there, calling her name.
He smiled and asked why she took so long, leaving her staring at him in shock.
Tears blurred her vision as she threw her arms around him, holding him tight.
She squeezed him so hard that he was actually startled.
He gently asked who bullied her before laughing softly and wrapping his arms back around her.
He teased her. "What's wrong? Did you actually miss me?"
Sobbing, she choked out that yes, she missed him so incredibly much.
She missed him to the point where she literally could not bear living without him. Lu Mingyi is still rambling in the present, but she can't hear a single word.
She wished she could have stayed in that dream forever, instead of hearing him say he does not love her.
Honestly, having 1,000 arrows pierce your heart probably hurts less than this moment.
She is just sobbing hysterically on the bed now, wondering why she had to return.
If she was just going to suffer, why did the universe even let her regress? She really thought she could change their tragic fate, but instead, she lost him completely. The pain in her chest is so suffocating that she starts laughing and crying. She feels like she is going insane, yet everything is suddenly so crystal clear. Her rebirth was never about a happy ending. It was purely for atonement. She was brought back just to experience every single ounce of pain he went through. This time, he is truly gone for good, leaving her to face the rest of her miserable life alone. Everyone is doomed to rot in this endless despair with absolutely no way out.